Aha. It's a great day in America. I can see my stuff. That don't sound right. Oh Lord. Where the music coming from, honey? The phone's gone mad on its own for no good reason. Whoa. Oh wait. So what is today? Is it Thursday or Wednesday? Oh, Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. I ain't got no intro music today. I'm about to have lunch or breakfast or whatever you want to call it. So I decided I'll come on and talk to you guys as I do so. And today I'm going to talk about focus. And it's so funny that I'm going to talk about focus. I'll tell you how it came about in a second, but y'all know me, I'm going to the thesaurus. And how funny that it shares the same, some of the same synonyms as pivot did yesterday. Heart, for example. So even with just that, I realized what I was basically dealing with in this moment when I started to feel something off with my focus. I think that's the best thing is being able to recognize that your focus is off before something goes wrong or you get out of the swing of things. I'm saying I'm being very intentional these days. So with being intentional, I am number one more proactive with things that I'm dealing with, and I'm also Krabby Cakes more aware of things as they come up versus sometimes we see things and be like, oh my God, I didn't see that coming. So I'm a little sharper in seeing things and recognize what I'm feeling, when I'm feeling it, and all that good stuff. It's supposed to be 70 degrees today, but I don't know. It's looking a little like it want to rain, but I don't think it do. I think it's just weird. It's a little weird out. But again, I say this is how I came up with focus. I was just driving on my way to where I drive pretty much every day. I have like a little routine of where I want to go to. Why they give me this little straw to start working and start my work day? The area I want to be in when I do start working. And I was talking to my friend, and I was driving, and then when I looked up, I realized that oh no, I passed the street I was needing to turn on. That was kind of a good thing too, for the simple fact that I recognized where I was, and because I'm learning my way around and everything, and I wasn't going off of a GPS. I was literally just going the way that I know, and I recognized I didn't make that turn. And she said to me, "Focus." In that moment, we were talking about just the different things that I have to do to get my place and everything. And I told her I am focused. I said, I think I'm too focused. So I started to think about that. is, it's a focus. I don't think it's necessarily a thing of paying attention to what you see in its entirety. I think that it is definitely a state of mind. A lot of times when I end here, I always say, all hearts and mind clear, because they say it at church, and I think it's funny. But um, man, yesterday we were saying when your heart is in the proper position, then you're able to pivot well. So what I'm seeing today happen to me was I was so focused, I didn't see what I needed to see in the moment. I rolled right past it. And that's why I said I think it's a matter of um, a state of mind, because I knew exactly where I was going. I wasn't like, I was fully, aware of my surroundings and everything. But no matter what, I'm driving and I'm going. And when I did look up, I realized I had passed my street. I didn't feel unfocused at all in that case. I knew exactly where I was going, but I still missed that turn. And there it was, man. Either I wasn't focused or I was focused. I feel like I was too focused. I was so focused that I think if we're so focused on something, then a lot of times we will miss things that are right around us or right in front of us. Hey, atmosphere. I noticed that a lot of times I'll do things like earlier today. I got all my stuff when I come out the house because I make sure I throw everything in one bag so I don't forget nothing. Got to grab my glasses because without them, ain't nobody's day going. Well, not mine anyway. But um, when I got to the car and started putting my stuff in, I'm like, oh man, I don't have left my glasses in here. I have to go back up there and grab my glasses. And so I started to put everything down. And once I put my bag in the car and went to grab my keys, lo and behold, my glasses were in my hand. Focus was off in some kind of way. I don't know how major that was, but it was some kind of way. You can call them teacher glasses. I can't see. I don't know. I think right now I have a lot in my bread. I mean, in my brain, and I float. So no, I'm kind of say it's like when you're so focused, sometimes things can come out of a blind side, I guess, or out of nowhere. At least when you're least expected, because you feel like, oh, I'm focused. I got this. Next thing you know, you're like, dang, I missed my turn. Dang, I didn't see that coming. I don't think I'm just dealing with trying to maintain my focus and now realizing don't be so focused where I miss things that I need to actually catch. That's never a good thing either. I'm saying overall, everything is great. I think my frustration is in this move now. And y'all know I don't like being frustrated. It's nothing like planning and having a map of how you're going to do this, when you're going to do that, when you need to do this, and then that all changes. No one's fault. Sometimes things just change. And I don't know. I didn't prepare for that because I didn't think the change. I didn't even factor in a change because I was so focused. I didn't have a plan B in that part right there. I got a whole bunch of plan Bs in the other areas, but on that one thing, I didn't have a backup plan. So I think my thing now is I have to be in a position, I guess, ahead of schedule. It's almost like everything turned backwards aside of my original plan. So it's flipped. It ain't make the money, then go do what you gotta do. It's do what you gotta do, then make the money. And that's kind of like well, make me put back on my pimp shoes. No, I'm just kidding. I'm saying I'm really just a little bit all over the place, but I guess it's to be expected. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's like I have a plan for everything except for this one thing, and I'm like, oh crap! Did I even not factor that in? Sometimes I think the things that we think are for sure may not necessarily be so. And a lesson being, never think something is for sure. Into thing. But I also still know that if it's happening, then it's happening for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So whatever character building thing I'm supposed to get out of it, I'm definitely going to get, because the one thing I do know, who is that calling me from South Carolina? The one thing I do know is, can you still hear me, atmosphere? My phone room. Like the one thing I do know is that I'm equipped for whatever. It's just a little pivot. It's just a little pivot. So the problem isn't the fact that I got to pivot. It's just me staying in that place of knowing. You know what I'm saying? Remembering, understanding. This ain't gonna be the only thing that comes up that feels frustrating or like an obstacle. Certainly, this is preparing me. And I think that's the way we all got to look at some things. A lot of times we find ourselves in a defeated space when it seems like things get out of whack or aren't going the way we thought they would and things like that. But a lot of time it's part of the process. It's something that we need to get in that little shift that's going to help us going forward. It's going to help us to maybe prepare for another moment where you might not have been covered, or help you to see something you wouldn't have saw before. I always say when it's a whole bunch of obstacles, it's about to get good. It is going to be so good. And that's the one constant thing I know. When it get going, mm, it's gonna be so good. No doubt. Nevertheless, I'm excited. That's the one thing I can always count on, the fact that my excitement has not changed. I'm like every day I'm adjusting to the new space. I'm finding my way around, not just with the GPS. Um, Communicating with people like I said I would. I met some interesting people yesterday. I don't know what be wrong with these 50-year-olds, but my God. I don't know who this man thought he was, but child, he said older women devour men from 16 to, I think he said like 40. And then after 40, we depreciate. And then men don't want us. He said humans aren't made to be monogamous. And that he can go out and pick 5 women right now that could be great wives. I said, so why wouldn't you? He said, why would I pick one when I can have 5? I'm like, oh, you gonna die, bro. I started to be like, who hurt you? That sounds so idiotic to me. I mean, I guess I understand what he's saying, but how long do you want to play that game? At what age do you become an adult and want stability versus you 51 years old juggling multiple women? Because what? I don't know what kind of money you got, but surely your pocket's suffering. Cause I don't know. But I ain't never been a man, so I can't really understand his thought process. But if you ever run into a weak woman that don't know who she is and is insecure, she's gonna be destroyed. Like, oh my God, I'm not wanted because I'm 45. I think the logic was stupid to me. Kind of makes sense, but like I said, that's just somebody scared of commitment and want to be out here. No need to juggle if you're honest. I mean, he said all that too. Like he's honest, but I'm like, even in that, if you don't want a woman your age, you want somebody younger. She probably wants you for your money. At 51, how long will you keep up with that younger girl? You know, I think about that stuff too when I be talking about. That's why I say I can't go so low. I'm gonna get old, and he look at me one day, and be like, "Damn, you got so much older." Bye. And then the way women set up, I don't care how honest you are, something gonna happen that ain't gonna be what you thought. It's gonna be conflict. And so I asked him like, so if you feel like you can go out and poke whatever you want, is it okay for her to do it too? And him and the guy with him was like, yeah, but basically what they saying like we're emotional, we wouldn't do that. And I'm like, huh? Here we go with this fast talking slow crap. They'll be the main ones. They get a hold of you, and then they be butt crazy, going crazy. Can't find if you don't answer the phone. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I know you crazy, bro. Yeah, when you get tired juggling, that's too much energy. That's why people like, do you when you date, you should date more than one person. I don't disagree with that, but my my tolerance for people, I don't think I had a capacity to date 2 or 3 different people at once. Date, not sleep with. Date. Heck, I don't even feel like getting ready to go out by myself, let alone 3 different people. I'm not good in that sense. to me having to keep my conversations. Man, you ever be talking to somebody, you be like, somebody said something, something. Uh-uh. I'll be getting all their conversations mixed up. I can see it now. Be talking to one time about, remember you said blah blah blah. Oh wait, that wasn't you. Mm-mm. But that was an interesting conversation. Then he had left out and came back, and he was mad at his homeboy because he took his chair. And I'm like, you don't want to sit next to me? I said, who wouldn't want to sit next to you, Thunder Thighs? My eyes jumped out my head. Like, what the hell? You don't even know my name. Just call me Thunder Thighs. I mean, really. Is honesty the best policy? Should you always say what you're thinking? I don't know. That was so weird. A total stranger. I'm looking down at my legs like, so, thunder, huh? Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. What you eating, atmosphere lettuce? You already know I'm eating something I ain't got no business eating. Oh, man. I don't know. Well, I was having a time a minute ago. I'm like, man, I just feel like weird. I don't like getting frustrated. That's just my biggest thing. Me and frustration do not get along whatsoever. I feel like I'm supposed to be able to control frustration. That's the first thing I'm gonna always think. Focus, sheer focus. And like I said, when I was so focused this morning, I passed my street. I think we need like I don't know. I'm a person that compartmentalize things, and I think I'm out of compartments right now. Like, oh my goodness, where I'm gonna put this at? And I've been doing so good with the overthinking thing. I definitely have not been doing a lot of overthinking, and that kind of feels good. I feel it's a much more peaceful place than to be having 25,000 thoughts running at the same time, interrupting your sleep. So I have done well with sleeping here. I really have, but I just really trying to stay out of space of frustration. Cause that'll take me out, man. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That's the most powerful garlic I've ever tasted in my life. I'm glad I got some gum. Goodness. Mm-hmm. But I really did just want to come on here and talk about focus. I don't even think I had the capacity for real to do a live right now. I kind of want to go back home and get in bed. But I can't. I got to apply for my apartment today, so definitely things I have to do right now that don't allow me to have. I shouldn't even want to be in the bed after being in the bed 4 days sick, man. Mm-mm. think we always have those days, sometimes you just don't feel like it. I'm having one of them days. I don't feel like it. And I know that I'm allowed those days, but I don't feel like I should be having, at least not today. I should not be having a day that I don't feel like it today. And that's the thing we factor in our I'm a human being. Mm-mm. Yep. Let's see. So far, so good. I definitely can't complain. I do like it here. I am adjusting. I just have to adjust to having to make adjustments that I didn't foresee. That's called being a grown person. That's what we're supposed to do. Handle those things that may happen when we least expect it. I don't think any of us want to, but it is what it is, my friends. The biggest part of it is to stay focused. And then when you do realize that maybe you are a little off in your focus, to quickly regain it. Even if it is a moment where you have to say, um, I need a day to rethink. Atmosphere, I don't know what I'm blogging. But it's like, I guess somewhat, yeah. Loosely. Hey, Diane. I'm going to say, yeah, loosely I am. Man, this food too salty. I ain't really had nothing exciting. A lot of stuff, I put in my stories on, if it's in my stories, I usually put it on here too. Like, we had a great beach adventure the other day. That's why I said I shouldn't be having a day where I don't feel like doing nothing, because that was a day that I said that, and then I said, forget it. We went to the beach and happy hour. Okay, happy hour today. Well, it's 12 o'clock. I'm making happy hour, but not before I get some work done. That's the biggest thing. I think once I get my place, I'll be, you just more stable, and then you can just kind of really, really, really map out and plan your days and really sort through and sort out the things that you need to do. I think that's a lot of it. So it's like, maybe the shift I didn't expect is for that purpose. I said I'm not gonna call it by chance. It is what it is. It's something in it for me. I do know that, but that don't mean I gotta like it. That's the thing. Can you take what life throws at you, even when you don't like it? It don't feel good, but you know ultimately it is going to be for your good. I know that sounds like a bunch of something, but I think that's a real feeling. A lot of times we don't want the pressing of a thing. We don't want the what feels uncomfortable. And I can sit here and say till I'm blue in the face, you ain't doing nothing if you ain't got adversity. But then when the adversity comes, you hate it with all your might. When I should have been bobbing and weaving. That's not to say I'm not still bobbing and weaving. I'm just saying I am having a human woman moment today. I'm trying to figure out. I'm just thinking, like when it comes to like rental property, just speaking of today's age, not no personal thing, just period. Rent is so high for people, for everybody. And when you want to apply, they have these crazy requirements like you need to make three and a half times the rent. Who y'all renting these apartments to? Because you're not gonna tell me that you have, let's say, 200 units that are 1,800 and up. Are you trying to tell me every person inside those apartments is making 75 G's? Or it's a two-family house that's making that? I can see it maybe with a two-family, but I think everybody and their mama living in apartments right now done falsified something. That is so unrealistic. Y'all want people to make almost $100,000 just to rent a room, basically. I think if people had it like that, they would probably be buying a house. I'm like, who makes this stuff up? They really need to put caps on things because in the next 5 years, there's gonna probably be a whole bunch of homeless people. And it ain't gonna be because they're not working or not making money. It's gonna be because they simply can't afford to live. Everybody don't have a teammate to do it with. And everything goes up, but how much more can rent go up when the pay rate isn't going up? And we live in a messed up place, man. So messed up. Because just think about if you require these people to make 3.5 times, but they only make 2 times, but they are capable of paying you. What are those people supposed to do? I don't remember it being so. Well, it hasn't been like this, but goodness, why the hell is rent so high anyway? And it's everywhere. If you get somewhere with cheap rent, you're nervous about your life. Probably be on the floor every night. It's like when I was in Charleston, people just like, oh, you pay that much for a 1 bedroom, girl. I'm looking like, dude, I can pay less, but I'm gonna be scared. Get you some nice $800 rent. You might have a bullet hole in your wall. And then they do crazy stuff like tear down the projects or the low income housing. Or they tear down the projects and then those people will come and then they'll make some of these nice apartment complex low income Then they won't tell you they're Section 8. Then they move all these people in. Then the value of the apartment you're paying $1,800 for, somebody across the hall paying $800 for. We live in a messed up place, for real. Every day I see how it's really like you gotta want to win out here. If you don't want to win, it's showing the hell ain't set up for you to win. When they say ain't nobody giving you nothing, that's the goodness, the God honest truth. We need a formula, a plan, some great ideas to survive. I think that anybody that's doing well for themselves right now should be most grateful because there's a lot of people that's trying hard and not making it. That's why I don't complain. I'm not in the greatest place I've ever been in or ever will be, but I'm not in the worst place either. And I don't want to be. So therefore, I know I have to work hard to be winning out here. And that's winning by my standard, not by what anybody else thinks or feels. Whatever I feel is winning for me. I'm the only person that's going to make that happen. But man, I might have to buy me a husband because I'm tired of paying bills by myself. Let me quit. If I can't afford rent, I surely can't afford a husband. I joke too much. I'll be like 50% serious. I joke too much. So even in that case, people that do have somebody, don't mess it up and kick them out, please, because you need that. It really do take two. And if you ain't got that second person, you got to work that much harder to maintain. I wonder how many people got these nice apartments, nice cars, and be living it up, dressed all nice, but ain't got no furniture. Just got an apartment. We see that a lot on social media. People be filming and they don't be having no furniture really. Now I'm starting to think maybe it's because they can't really afford none. Not necessarily that they ain't got nothing, they just can't afford it because they trying to maintain their roof over their head. Hmm. We better be praying because it ain't about to get better. That's for sure. For any of us. I would imagine. I think billionaires, maybe even millionaires. I don't know. I never been either one, but I can't imagine the stress level. It's like, hey Gary, once you become a billionaire, it's almost like it's a status because it ain't that many. So there's this list of people. So are y'all working that hard just to stay on that list? Can you just not be a billionaire? Is it too much money? I always say I don't need to be a billionaire. I'll take a millionaire. But what I want is to be comfortable. I want to live a wealthy life, and that means health and everything else. What's the use of having $1 billion if you all off in the other areas? You poor in other areas. That's why I do pray for wisdom. So whatever tax bracket I land in, I'm able, I know how to do it and keep my sanity. I know how to do it and not overdo it. I know how to invest. I know how to save. Like, I don't want anything that I don't know how to manage or maintain. That's why I think a lot of us don't have what we think we should because we're not ready. Hey, Selena, can you imagine having uh, millions of dollars and absolutely no kind of discipline? That's a lot of money, but it ain't. It's easy to screw over if you don't know what to do with it. A lot of people can't handle $5,000, let alone 10,000. I mean 10 million. Selena, what kind of wings you be eating from Wingstop? So I tell you what, this lemon pepper, garlic, whatever this is, parmesan. Oh, it's salty. You can't be eating this all the time, girl. It's salty, but it's good. It's so good. But yep, that's my whole thing, y'all. I was so focused today, I missed my turn. So I had to look at focus a little different. I had to change my perspective. Not necessarily what I'm seeing, what it looks like, and zoned in on something. But not being so zoned in on something, I'm missing things around me that may come up or have come up. If I didn't regain my focus at that moment, I would have been right back at the beach. I mean, I wasn't so drastic, but I wasn't trying to go there. One missed turn. Original hot and well. I don't eat nothing hot. I had a sandwich today because they had and I do understand that well done thing because I had the Hawaiian wings and the lemon pepper was good, but the Hawaiian, they could have been fried a little longer. It's hard to find good chicken like from a restaurant like that. So they are pretty good though. Definitely pretty good. I'm surprised I ain't like got homesick yet. Not really like homesick where you want to go back, but just be like that that feeling like, oh my God. I think I left it all at the border that day. I was crying like a baby. So we say, welcome to Virginia. I was all in my feelings, boy. I was crying so hard on that highway. It was crazy. The lemon pepper too salty on this sandwich, but it wasn't too salty on the wings. But they have a National Sandwich Day today. BOGO. I was like, hey, more food went in. Except for I picked two of the saltiest flavors they have, I guess. I should have got original. I don't know what I was thinking. But it really is good though. I would have been mad too if my Uber driver took him to the bus station. Where's my chicken? Mm-mm. Don't have all that hot stuff burning your buns. Boy, I need to turn on this Instacart thing, and I need every order to be $20 or more. That's what I need for today. Give me about 10 of those. That would be so great. I'm gonna be working some magic today because they be giving us sometimes like double orders. I'm gonna figure it out. Definitely gonna figure it out. But my video today was seriously about nothing but focusing and realizing how much focus and pivot are really the same, or they shared synonyms. Heart being one of them. Now, sometimes you just don't feel like it as a grown up, but you still have to. Because right now, I am having a I don't feel like it moment. But I really can't afford that. Maybe next week, but not this week. Not this week. Man, you know what, y'all? We go have an itis. And these people French fries is good too. I just got done saying that, man. You don't be feeling like it, but you have to. You know what I mean? Like we don't feel like it, but then the moment we don't, we remember. I should have just stayed focused no matter what. The hell to pay on the other side of that is way worse than what you got to deal with that you don't want to focus. Cause man, honey, I think I had one of them days yesterday while I'm playing. That's the problem. I just get in my frustrated mode and I'm like, forget it. I sat there and stole them people internet while I talked to y'all. Then I got out and went in there with them people. I had me an appetizer and 3 drinks. Why? Honey, I'm pretty sure my bank account and your bank account speaking the same language right now. Especially my bank account. That's why I was talking about how much these dang on apartments cost, man. Mm-mm-mm. I tell you, I need child support. I found somebody to be my daddy. Hey, 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 daddy. Cause man, what more do you want from me? I feel like Tyrese right now, but it's nothing. I do know that better is always coming. You know what I mean? Especially when you're not just out here. Okay, maybe yeah. There you go. Um, you you don't have it right now, but you know what you're doing. You know what you're working towards. So therefore, the other side of it is sweet. Like atmosphere, the ends justify the means. So we gotta go. I think sometimes it's because it's not on our own. I would like to do things and just be like, do it. You know what I mean? Versus having to put your heels in, dig your heels in and go hard. Promise you, these next 6 months is gonna be the hardest I have to go ever again in life. I'm gonna always go hard, but this gonna be the hardest. And I'll speak nothing other than that. Give me 6 months. Another? You got one, girl? Man, I was talking to this dude yesterday and he was talking crazy. I'm like, he's 50. I'm telling y'all, man, these men turn 50 and get weird. I'm just looking at him like, you want to be like that for the rest of your life? Like forever? You want to just juggle women and stick your thing in all these different holes? And um, can you even do it that much? You're 51. I don't get it. That man said after 45, men don't want us. They want younger women. He said we devour them from 16 to 45. And then after that, men want younger women. They don't want us no more. So now we be desperate. That's what the hell. I told him, I said, hell, I'm gonna be like you when I grow up. Cause ain't no, if what you saying is true, I don't need nobody. Which we know we ain't. Sugar daddy, no sugar. Now that's an ideal sugar daddy. A sugar daddy that don't want no sugar. Just rub him on the head and be like, okay, honey. You want me to push you to in your wheelchair? No, I'm just kidding. I don't even think I had the patience for nothing like that. That's my problem. I have to work hard because it is too much energy. Whew. I mean, I don't know what's coming tomorrow, but hopefully it helped me with at least a month of rent. Sugar daddy, no sugar. Shoot, and then these days when people help you, you be having to ask serious questions like, do you have an ulterior motive for helping me? Because I don't need no surprises. 5 months down the line, talking about, yeah, time to pay up. I ain't got it, bruh. It's sad when you don't know if people, because so many people aren't genuine. When you do get genuine help, that you have to ask those type of questions. Why are you doing this? Even if you don't ask, you have to think it. The type person I am, I'm sorry, if you give me over a certain amount of money and ain't nothing happening, I'm gonna ask you, hi, do you have some kind of motive? Because I don't think I'm gonna be a pay up for whatever it is. I'll be forever grateful, but I don't got nothing for you, dog. I just say I'm grateful for the friends I do have that do help me while I get established and get on my feet. It's just that everything takes steps, and I think that's how we have to look at things. We don't have what we desire most of the time, and we do have to probably juggle a little bit. But all in all, you know what you're working towards. Atmosphere, you want to be Selena Sugar Daddy? Uh oh. Now, see, that's doable. You got applications? Where do you sign up for the application at, Selena? I'm gonna say you too expensive. I don't believe that atmosphere. I feel like she'd be reasonable. You don't say you too, and then you're gonna agree. Girl, you messing up, Selena. You say no, me. I'm not expensive. I don't care. Somebody just give me half my rent. Leave me alone. Every month, give me $900. I'll be happy. I wonder if I can pull that off for like 6 months. Hmm. I need to go to the negotiation table. Because if I can get moved in and then get half the rent for 6 months, y'all, I'll be winning. I'll be straight winning. And then these people want to charge you for everything. You got to pay to fill out an application. You got to pay the deposit. You got to pay for everything. But don't nobody want to pay us for everything, but we got to pay for everything. I don't even see how they go together. I really don't. I wonder how long it takes to get a deposit back from your last apartment. I need to call them people. If Selena had 12 sugar daddies, she wouldn't have never made that statement up there. Probably wouldn't have time to be on YouTube. She have to set YouTube for Sunday night. Had 12 sugar daddies. If you got 12 sugar daddies, turn them into content. I'm about to go find the lighter skinned folk with the money and sit in their presence. Where you get 12 from anyway, atmosphere? I got all numbers. He picked 12. On disciples. On the first day of Christmas, my sugar daddy came to me. It ain't that easy though, atmosphere. I think if it was that easy, all of us women would have a sugar daddy of 3. Yeah, my tolerance too low. Old buzzer be done got on my nerves. Like, dang, what's wrong with you? You gonna be old all your life? Mm-hmm. No telling. Ain't no telling. But I think that all jokes aside, everything gonna be good for all of us. Atmosphere, Selena, me, whoever, Gary, he said he was listening. It's gonna be good. What? That it everything's gonna be good? You always do that. And after I done said about 24 things, and I'm supposed to guess which thing it was I said. What? If it was that easy, we all have 2 or 3, 1 or 3 sugar daddies, or that everything is gonna be good. everything's going to be good. I think that's the only way we can look at life. Unfortunately, it's like a broken record to keep saying trust no matter what it look like, even when it don't look like, even when it don't look like. But what is faith? I have faith in me, even if I get a little off focus, that I'm gonna regain my focus quickly. Because we do indeed have those moments. Life wouldn't be life without it. Losing focus sometimes, especially when you are um, aspiring towards goals and things. There's always moments where we're gonna get maybe overworked, over cluttered, and waver a little bit. Oh, the disciples. But we gotta stay the course. And say we know the end a lot of times. Most of the time we know the end. We know what we're working towards. We just don't want that middle part. Yeah. We don't want the middle part. But without the middle part, there's no reaching the end, the finish. I think we could jump to the finish, but then we will miss a lot of valuable things we need for the finish. Like how easy would it be to skip over everything that you got to do and need to learn and have to, just to get what you already gonna get anyway. What's for me is for me. But it's not a handout, you know what I mean? It's still always gonna be a process that we have to go through. Okay, word. It's always gonna be a process that we have to work through. And unfortunately, we're not always gonna like it. And that's just the reality of it. But better not be kicking and screaming all the way through, because you're gonna keep on kicking and screaming when you get there, and then you're gonna be we gotta be ready for it. Gotta be ready for it. So whatever pruning, sharpening, learning, mistakes we got to make before we get there, we got to take them on and get what we're supposed to be getting, so that when we do get to that thing, it's like, oh yeah, I'm ready for this. And it's an easy thing. It's an easy task. I'll say it again. This is harvest. I never forget that when I realized that harvest wasn't just you go pick up all your groceries and food after it done grew. Oh man, this is the work. We be looking like, oh, I done sold here, I did this, I did that. I don't never, some people can give and they'll get right back, and it don't always happen like that. But I don't think that anything that we've given on any level, for whether it's finance or any other way, even in tears, I don't think we know that doesn't go, first of all, unnoticed by God. Second of all, mm, perhaps the longer the wait, the greater the harvest. But we got to do the work. We got to do the work. I'm telling y'all, if y'all ever see that movie, Faith Like Potatoes, I don't know if y'all done seen it before, but that is like a perfect movie to watch, to see and understand how harvest work if you don't know. Or even, I mean, I guess we know what harvest is, but we don't really have in a sense, the picture of it is like, boom, here's the big field and all the fruits and vegetables is there, all nice and pretty, but that ain't it. Harvest season is the time you got to go out there and do that work, sort through that stuff, make sure you got the right stuff, the best produce. Gotta pick it, clean it, process it, do all this good work. Now you reap the benefit of it after you done did all that. So we in harvest season. We just ain't got to the big prize yet. Cause we had to go through this work. We like Ruth. We out here in the field. Nah. And no, we don't want no old behind. Excuse me, y'all. We don't want no old behind Boaz. Boaz is like 235. Nah, I'm just using the field as an example. But that girl was working. She was working through that harvest season. And look what she did. Look what she came up with. I always look at the story of Ruth. Most people look at it as, well, most women, they refer to it for uh, a man thing. And I never looked at that story that way, and it's one of my favorite stories. I looked at Ruth's her willingness to go with her mother-in-law after her husband died or whatever. Her willingness to stay with her, to keep going with her regardless. She didn't have to, because her sister bounced, but she was loyal. She was obedient, and she followed instructions of a wise woman. She told her what to do to obtain favor. I think that the fact that she was out there working and willing to listen and willing to learn and willing to stay loyal to that woman was the result of her, yeah, getting her Boaz, but man, peep her work ethic. She worked hard and she listened. Most of us don't even listen. Most of us don't even listen. Most of us are not obedient when we get instruction. Most of us won't stay loyal to one path or one person or whatever the case may be. No different than a lot of women. Oh, I'm a Proverbs 31 woman. No, you're not. And I mean that in the best possible, loveliest way I could put it. Most women not, because they don't even realize what she is. You know, she too is a hard worker. She ain't just somebody's wife. She's a wife and. I think we all are equipped. We just have to tap into our God given attributes. Yep, attributes. Don't forget your gifts and talents. Have to use them. But another day, another dollar. I'm gonna have to get my butt off here and act like I got work to do. I done ate good. I done talked on live for about an hour. I'm gonna have to go check that out. But I think I have a Rumble. I don't have a. I think I did sign up for Rumble. With, back when what you call it got on there. I just never went over there. Anywho, as always, thank you guys for keeping me company on my lunch break and listening to my little meat talk, my little rant, or whatever you want to call it today. I was too focused. Now I'm back focused, which means I got to go work and just dream about the sugar daddy that ain't. Nah, I don't want no sugar daddy. Y'all know I like young folk. I like young guys. I ain't got time for these old people. Hey, realist? Yeah, man. But I know, right? Where you been, cereal buddy? Oh man, I came to say I ain't had focus earlier, and I was too focused, and I didn't focus, and now I don't. Yeah, that was the lie. No, I'm just kidding. That's pretty much what it was. We just talked a little bit about focus, and I was saying how earlier I was so focused, I missed my turn. Because my friend told me focus, and I'm like, I am focused. I think I'm too focused, and I just started to see how you can easily over focus and miss things. I got in the car, I'm looking for my glasses, thinking I had to go back in the house and get them, and they were in my hand. I was way too focused, so I had to come back to real life. Have a good work day, Selena. You know what I always say. Girl, love on them churn. Pray for them. Pray for them. And I'm about to turn on these apps and see who's jumping. As always, y'all can feel free to hit the cash app. Y'all know I'm a struggling artist right now. No, I was kidding. But more important than that, in all reality, is to hit the like button and share and subscribe. Tell a friend, bring a friend. I love you, good people. I appreciate y'all so much every day. And I will speak with you guys again soon. Bye bye now.